welcome to Mikia. My name's Michelle Edhouse, and today I'm going to pour some paint. Yay! I have not poured paint all year. It's awful. It is only the 3rd of January, so it's really not that bad, but I am gonna pour. Yay! I get to pour. Yay! So the videos you've been seeing so far have been I pre-recorded before we went away, and just had a break, which was really nice, although I have missed pouring. Now I've just put a little bit of sticky tape across the back of the hole of my record, and as you can see, this is a really well scratched record. It was given to me by a record collector who was sending it to the dump. So there we go. Now what I'm going to be doing today is lots and lots and lots and lots of layers. But before I start, what I want to do is actually, this is just a little container which I took the label off just so that not advertising anyone, and I'm just gonna get my knife to stay out, get my knife, just a little box cutter, and just trimming a hole. And all it needs to really do is, you see it's gone through, just needs to be able to let the air in, because I'm going to do a flip cup, but instead of just lifting it out and letting it glug out, I'm just going to lift it really, really lightly and let the air come in here and push the paint out. But I don't want the paint to be pouring out before I am ready for it. So I'm going to get a bit of tape and just stick it over the hole, make sure it's nicely sealed, and leave a tag sticking out the edge so that it's easy to take off when I'm ready to flip. So what colours are we using today? I'm going to play with green. This is the meadow green from Reeves, and medium yellow and cerulean blue. Now I know that medium yellow and cerulean blue make a nice green, and it tones well with this green. So the mixings of the colors will create, these two mixed together will make something, these two mixed together will make something, so we're looking to just create some real yumminess in it, is what my target is. And I've not got silicone in any of these, and I don't have any pre-made pots with silicone in for any of these. So what I'm going to do is just put a couple of drips of silicone in there, and then as I pour, it will, let me zoom you in, there we go. Hopefully not spill all over the place, goodness me, sorry about that. So let's get a little scoopy thing and scoop up what I just spilt, because the less we waste, the happier I am. And I'm only going to be putting really small layers on top of each other. Now most of you know that I use recycled tins normally, but because I want so many layers and I don't actually need 300 tons of paint, I want lots of layers, and I should really be tilting this so it runs down the side. Let me do that. And that will layer it a lot more nicely. And I'm just going to go repeat round and round the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. And as it sits there, that silicon's going to slowly rise to the top, because you know what? Oil floats on water, and that is where the cells come from in the majority of cases with acrylic pouring. You see, we're starting to fill it up. By running it down the side, it kind of floats it on top of the next layer. Right, because this jar is quite tall, if I just started pouring, oop, that was a big layer. If I had just started pouring in from the top, you're pouring from quite high, and what you're going to create with that is a dirty cup pour rather than a layered pour. So I don't know if you can tell, oops, I'm a little bit out of shot, but the yellow is a lot runnier than the other two. And I'm going to stop there. Now if I had been using a unused clear cup, you'd be able to see lots and lots and lots and lots of layers, and it would be really pretty and a great thumbnail and a big attraction clickbait type thing, but I like to reuse. So let's flip the record over, see how the sellotape, come on, focus. Alright, it's not going to focus for me. And you see that the sellotape is on this side and the paint is on the underside. And then I'm going to turn it over. Alright, so pop that back down there. The next step is to take that sellotape off. I'm going to push down a little bit to create a bit of a seal so that it doesn't straight away just come flowing out, because I want to be in total control. So let's see. Yep, the air has surfaced. Okay, let's just zoom you out just a little bit so you can see this as it occurs. So I've got a nice seal all the way around on that. All the paint is out. Still got a nice air bubble, so I get a twist and I don't end up with a weird wonky result. How's that looking? We're going to need some more paint. So one lesson I'd like you to learn is something that I never take much notice of. How much paint do I need for this canvas? It's a question that I'm not very good at asking. But that's okay. We have more paint. And why am I putting it around the outside? Well, by putting it around the outside, it creates like a buffer zone that will then roll under as this stuff rolls out to the outside. So I think we've probably got enough paint there. Let's see if we can get any cells. What do you reckon? I'm already seeing some cells emerging, and I've just got a little butane torch. Not much going on in there cell wise, there's a little hair just there. Alright, let's zoom you out so that you can see the whole thing for while I spread it. Before I go any further, what I'm going to do is get my little boat. This was this was a Sunday boat, you know, from the ice cream van. See how already here it's already gone over the top of that other paint, and so we start to lose some of the patterning. Kind of looks like a planet, doesn't it? Just going to make sure that the paint goes all the way over the entire edges. It's really hard to mix the colour back up again once it's dry and fill in the blanks. I actually really like that. That is super cool. Now, some of you are going, Michelle, what have you done? You changed. You never used to like green or yellow, and now you're liking one with both. Yes? You know what? There's no right and no wrong. So, where did I put my torch? There it is. I got asked recently to show a torch. There it is. Paid $5 for it from a coin save type shop. Now what the torch does is it brings up this any silicone that's in there, just warms the paint, makes it easier for the silicone to rise up, but it also pops any air bubbles. We haven't got much silicone in there, but that's okay. I'm really actually liking it just as it is. Let me get you down and show you what I like about it. So what I really like in this is the shadowing. Look at this. It's almost like wispy, smoky looking. And that's caused by the translucency of the yellow. It's quite funky. You could call this Earth as man would like it, with lots and lots of land area. Oh, but the sea is so precious to us. So many people don't get how much the sea contributes to us through the storing of carbon and hydrogen. It's just a massively precious commodity and we should look after it. Hence why I reuse so much stuff. Just small little gift to the planet. I really like this here. It's quite jaggedy. So I'm quite keen to see how this dries, because you can see where the dark green, the green and the blue have combined to make quite a dark line through there. And then you've got the normal green, and then you've got the green and the yellow and the green and the blue. It's just a super cool combo. I like it a lot. So what have we got in here in our little boat, our slow boat to China? You know what I think I might do is just mix that all together and use it in another pour. There's nothing in there that really jumps out at me and says, make a cabochon. Probably because I'm not a fan of green. But I must say that cerulean blue really does have that watercoloured quality. So I'm really pleased with this. We do have one silicone cell down here. Check it out. There's a few little, these ones here are silicone cells that just, and I know some of you are saying, flick some silicone at Michelle. And others are going, don't touch it, don't touch it. I can hear you. I can hear you all. And I'm not going to touch it. I actually like it just the way it is. So I'm going to leave it like that. And I'll be back as soon as it's dry. And you'll get to see the dry result. So in 3, 2, 1. All right, it's dry. Well, you'd think it was dry, because one of the signs that I always look for when I'm painting on a record is being able to see the definition of the label and the hole, and it being crisp in those places. It means that the paint has shrunk so completely. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, those bubble gum jeans that we used to wear, that just like, or, you know, anyway, let's just not go there. Sorry for the visual. But what I want to show you is when we tilt it to the light, you can actually see this massive wet patch. Now, remember how we didn't find any cells, or hardly any cells at all? This is actually oil. And if I, crossing fingers that this is true. This is just a tissue. If you're going to have tissues in your studio, guys, make sure they're just plain ones with absolutely no, look, no paint came off. It is oil. And you can't really see it on the tissue, but that is oil, and that is just there, really. I can rub it and rub it and rub it and rub it, and nothing's changing. So it's not going to get all the oil off. That is definitely not going to just bring the oil off. If anything, it will smear it around a lot. But I want to show you what it's done to the paint, just so that if you guys have this happen, you'll understand why. All of this is nice and smooth, and then all of a sudden we've got these ripples happening. Now there's a chance, now that I've thinned out the oil layers, that those will change shape, but I would be very highly surprised. If they do, I will show you in another video, but and put a little cardy thing up in the corner to show you that it's happened. But you know, this is what happens sometimes. We've got a bit of hair. Can you see the hair? There it is. Spotlight. That's in the paint, so the paint has shrunk it down. But I still like it. Even with all that, I still really like it. Now, for those of you that are going, Michelle, it's yellow. You don't like yellow. No, it's not. It's just a different shade of green. And then others of you are going, Michelle, but you hate green. This is so natural. This is so not fake. It's just pretty. It could be anyway. Could be an, you know how some of you might know what I'm talking about. When you're flying in a plane and you look out the window and there's just all the hills and valleys, and then occasionally there's a lake shot. That's what this is to me. This is a bird's eye view of land. Here in Rotorua we have a lot of lakes around us. I think there's like 8 or 9 lakes in our immediate 30k diameter sort of thing. No, maybe a bit bigger than that, maybe 50k, but many of them are water skiable, some of them are not. But we're kind of like a lake district. It's really cool. I love it. So when I fly in home, when I'm coming back from an Access Consciousness class or something like that, I'm looking down and I'm seeing the land and I'm seeing those undulations and where the sun hits one side of the hill and not the other side of the hill, and that's what this is to me, and I really, really like it. I shouldn't have to justify why I like green. It's I don't care what color it is, I love it. So there we go. That's it. That is the painting. It is done. And I'm very excited to show you tomorrow what I did with the leftovers in that boat, because that's come out really cool too. So I'm excited to show you that. So I'm going to record that after I've recorded this. Anyway, I had fun with this. I'm really pleased with this, and I would love for you to come and play with me on one of my lives. If you are not already signed up, jump onto my website and sign up to my newsletter. Literally all I ever send out is, hey, I'm going live in 24 hours. So I would love to have you come and play with me on those. If you would like to be live, that means actually talking to me in voice rather than via text chat, then head on over to Patreon/MickeyArt, and $10 a month you get to be on my 2 live streams. And what else is possible? What else can we be and do? What other fun can we have? And I adore you guys. I'm super grateful for you all, and I'll see you tomorrow when I show you what I did with the leftovers. Bye bye.